You opened up last night the opportunity for fans to vote on your whiteout game. What's the opportunity there, and what are you hoping to get out of that?
I think the biggest thing is, I think you see this across the country more and more right now, of allowing the fans to be involved with things. Social media creates that opportunity to allow the fans to have a voice and to be a part of some of the decision-making process. And I think it's about ownership. It's about having fun with it. It's about honestly wanting to hear what they think and what's the most valuable thing. I think you probably have a lot of different opinions on this. You probably have the coach's opinion. You probably have the administration's opinion. You probably have marketing's opinion. You have the ticket opinion. And everybody kind of has a different perspective and a different agenda. You have the fans' perspective on it. You have probably TV. You have all these different opinions. So I think it's good whenever you're going to make any decision that you hear from as many different perspectives as possible, and then ultimately come up with the best decision for Penn State.
T-shirt as well.
Yeah, I think they've done a T-shirt in the past, though, haven't they? Yeah, they've had fan and student involvement in the T-shirt in the past. So yeah, I think it's good. I just think it's, social media, I think when used the right way, as we all know, is a really positive tool, and allows people to connect and interact on a variety of topics. And I think this is kind of one of them.
Is there a continuum? If we do this, whether it's PowerPoints or recruiting or family or those type of things, how does that continue? Because the ultimate goal is performance on the field, and then a W or an L.
And graduation.
And graduation, yeah.
I think it's a combination of professional and life experiences that do that. I think it's examples of places that I've been and under coaches and systems that have been successful. I think it's studying outside in other organizations. But I would also say, I'd probably make two arguments that maybe contradict each other in some ways, but in other ways not. That I'm a big believer that having the discipline to do all the little things right that have nothing to do with football will allow you to be successful in football, because just teaching the discipline, I think, is important, and making a sacrifice to be disciplined day in and day out. But then I would also make the argument that this isn't professional football. So there is a part of our job that has nothing to do with wins and losses. That's about the development, the total development of the student athlete, and why I think a lot of people in my business or an athletic administration business would say that using athletics, whether it's in elementary school, middle school, high school, or college, is an unbelievable opportunity to accent the education that they're getting in the classroom, and that our educational system would not be the same without it. There's obviously the argument right now that maybe athletics has gotten too big in the educational system, and I understand that as well, but I don't think that takes away from the fact, I know for me personally, what I learned on the football field and the preparation in athletics combined with what I learned in the classroom, I think has made me who I am today. And I think a lot of people would feel the same way. So I do think, to answer your question, that there is things that truly equate to wins and losses, but I don't want to ever become one of them coaches, and I don't want to ever become one of those people that are consumed completely by just the wins and the losses. It's so much more than that, and I truly believe it. I think a lot of people probably say that and talk about that in the interview process and talk about that with the media and with fans, but their behaviors day in and day out don't really align with that. We truly believe that. I truly believe that. Again, because if not, I'd coach in the NFL.
No.
And that's no slight on coaching in NFL. But my point, that is purity of the sport and not using the sport as part of the educational system. And that's how I truly view it.